Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the KOR universe. We have today at Sir Greg Lalo of the Makati chapter in the Philippines, who also used to be the executive director of the international headquarters. He is kind enough to give us his input on and his evaluation as a voter in this just concluded September 19 to 2021 KOR election of the Supreme Council Trustees. Today, actually, for reference, today is Wednesday. We are 3 days away, at least in the US, it's Wednesday. We are 3 days away from the election that happened Sunday. So, Sir Greg, good morning, sir.
Hi, good morning to you there and good evening here dito sa mga here in the Philippines and all over the world, our brother Knights. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Salamat, sir. Sir, let's go straight to the point, sir. What was your experience in this election? This is being a new election. What was your participation in it?
Actually, compared to the last election in 2018 when we elected our Supreme Council members at the time under the leadership of the immediate Supreme Commander Lalo Ibanez, the excitement is high, especially because the people gathered in Manila Hotel to cast their votes. But now, since this pandemic, so the change, the level of change is very high, especially those who are not techie like me. And then, and the only advantage is, it's very fast, 2:30 in the afternoon here in Manila. Actually the vote was already counted, unlike before. It's during the manual election. It was, the election ended at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, but the counting is up there 5 or 6 in the afternoon. So this is the huge difference. Now, as far as for the technology, the IT team of our international headquarters was very good. Very they delivered well and they did best for the for this election, and not so much problem aside from that some of the voters don't have the what you call a cell phone, a smartphone. Some of the voters are using the what's it called, the old phone. So
The flip phones.
yeah, so that's some of the problems, especially some of the elders, voters. And aside from that, the election went well, seamless. Yeah, the seamless
Now, sir,
election.
can you your personal experience, sir? How did you on the 19th, sir? How did you start your day? I'm pretty sure you're pretty involved with this election as a voter and as a knight. How did you prepare for that day? Where were you, and how did that day transpire on your side?
Yeah. Since I was appointed as a poll watcher of one of our two candidates, Sir Armando and Sir Mel Garaton, our overseas representative. So week before, they already scheduled, there was some schedule in 16 online also. So I went to the headquarters on the 9th of September to physically witness the online elections. But what we did there is, we just sit down, waiting for the results and waiting for the time until they extended that time election to 2:30. But before that, we complied with the IATF regulation, which every one of the participants or everybody would like to come inside the headquarters was being swab test. So so that's the challenging one. The swab test is hard rather than the election itself.
No, sir. Let me ask you, since you are a poll watcher for Sel Garaton, who is now elected as the overseas representative, and Sir Cazola.
Yeah, Kazala.
Uh, were you confident in this two making it to the magic 8+1?
Yes, because I know them, no, personally. I know them well because when we were in Texas, our Sir Mel was very accommodating, very hospitable, and accepting the delegates from the Philippines. And actually, he toured around in the Texas, Houston, and he's very kind man and a very noble and gentleman.
Mhm.
So when the name of Sir Mel Garaton came out in the list of an overseas, I had no doubt that he will be one of the Magic 8+1, or he is the +1 because he is representing the overseas. Though there are a lot of candidates from overseas, Sir Subas, Sir Dani, with also made it to the final or to the Magic 8. For Sir Cachola naman is also he, it is the second time, no? He ran as a Supreme Council during the time when also at the time with Sir Calderon, they both not made it to the top 8. So this is their second chance. And after that election, they also supporting, no, the our Knights of Rizal. So losing them or is not, it's not keep them to stop helping the Knights of Rizal. Every time there's activities for our brotherhood, they're always present. So I think the Knights all over the world, or especially here in the Philippines, knew that. So I'm confident that they can be part of the Magic 8+1.
Can you tell the people, the knights, who Sir Cachola is, especially those who are not familiar with him here in overseas?
First, Casola is a contractor. No, he's been here since the 1970s, I think. And he created the Makati chapter, and because of the time of the Chief Justice Reynaldo Puno was the Supreme Commander, he was invited to organize the chapter, no, for the purpose of having more brother knights in the city, especially in the city of Makati, which at the time we don't have any chapter there. And also, he is, he's an Italian, so he's born in Italy. He worked here. He managed his company here. He got 5 overseas companies. It's a multi-billion business construction company, and so his time, he dedicated his time to when he learned that there's a certain Knights of Rizal. As a matter of fact, he knew a lot of more about Rizals than I or anybody here or Knights in our membership, because he is lecturing about Rizal and also collecting, your collector's item for about Rizal. He went to other countries and bought all the documents related to the life and writings of Jose Rizal, and also got one copy of the detraction. I think they said that Rizal was retracted to as a member of one of the fraternities during the time, but there was a letter, no? And also many books. No, he collected many books and donated to our headquarters and other institution here in the Philippines. So his love for Rizal is more than any Filipino can do for as far as Rizal is concerned. It is a good lecturer about this. Although he is not loved by all, but in Knights of Rizal, there's some politics. So you cannot please everyone.
Sure, absolutely, sir. Now, sir, let me just ask you, sir. I know you said that he ran in the last election as well in 2018 and didn't make it. was there an issue about him not being a native-born Filipino that you have heard or undercurrents, or was it
Not
not even an
yeah.
issue?
Yeah, not really the issue of being a foreigner, no, an Italian. The issue is he's not yet known in the circle of Knights of Rizal, no? Because
No.
only few Knights of Rizal, because the major contributors or membership, large membership is coming from Rizal itself and from Cavite, and then our northern part. So most of the members, at the time he don't know about Casola and of course the large the volume of voters at that time was from Rizal, from North, no, Northern Luzon and Cavite. So he is from Makati,
Yeah.
and he is also so at the time wala NCR, no? Wala pa masyadong candidate, wala masyado pa NCR. Ngayon lang at the time of Ibanez, it has an increase, no? Huge increase in membership of our brotherhood in the NCR in other part of the city.
Now, sir, as a voter, was there any surprise for you? Somebody who you didn't expect to make it to the Magic 8?
Yeah, there's one. This is Mayor Trillion is very good and is very active in the Supreme Council. So I really sad that he was not elected and part of the Supreme Council.
How would you? Why would you? How would you characterize that? Especially, there are three current members of the Supreme Council who ran for this election. Sir Mesa, Sir Relon, and Sir Frisco. Out of the three, only Sir Frisco made it. How would you characterize that? Was it revocation or repudiation of the Supreme Council of the recent, or was it because of maybe personal achievements in the Knights of Rizal, or maybe because the KOR electorate was more in tune in a black vote that did not include them?
Yeah. On my personal point of view, no, Sir Alwin, the reason I think is, they were elected in 2018, and then the pandemic came in 2000 before the election, before the election in 2020, because the March was already locked down here in Manila, and the election supposedly in September last year. For me, I think it's more on yung physical meeting, because our Supreme Council members naman at that time were very all of them are qualified and good, no. I think the issue here now is because of large membership. Yeah, it's the large membership of some of the elected Supreme Council members. And considering Sir Frisco is from Rizal, so I think the voters from Rizal is more than 500 voters, so it's huge, And also, I can say that kasi si Sir De Mesa is from Laguna. I think there's only few the membership of Laguna, or the registered voters in Laguna is not that much. No, so ang contributing factor maybe is some of the candidates who are now in the Supreme Council membership of our Supreme Council are, they prepared this election. I can tell you that because the RJ Abillana, this is a new guy, but he created a lot of chapters in the northern part in Nueva Vizcaya. And he prepared for this to have more chapters. So maybe napagplanuhan niya na to, maybe he's planning for that. So for the rest naman, for Sir Calderon, so we cannot deny that marami rin siyang it is with I think it is alliance with Sir Munding del Rosario. So they are both ex-mayor of this of their own town. So maybe they have some negotiations took place. So we don't know how the politicians work, how to get more voters. So siguro
Well, well,
alam
yeah.
gagawin, di ba?
Apparently, it worked because the
Yes.
top two positions
Yes.
are politicians. Not that there's
Yes.
anything wrong with that, but it
Yes.
just proves the point that they are more attuned with the
Yeah,
political
correct.
dealings, especially in the election. There was a controversy about campaigning, campaigning, especially on online, Facebook. Uh, do you think that was fair that they banned campaigning and the voters would have to rely on the website that is not really interactive because you can't, I mean, you can type questions, but really it's really different. It's something new, and maybe the old timers are not really comfortable in first of all, they're not comfortable with technology, most of them, much less interacting on a website as opposed to face maybe, or even uh, retail campaigning.
Yeah, that's the sad part, no, ng ating election tribunal, because I don't know why, because some of the members, the law, what's it, the legislative functions is being handed to the Supreme Council members. So I don't know what happened, no, what transpired them not to allow, no, the campaign, because this is campaign, this is election, this must have a campaign. Dapat tie up to sa pagka-campaign. So what platform are you going to use if you're not allowed to use the available online social media platforms? So for me, yun lang, medyo hindi ko na nakita nagkaroon ng bakit ganun ang nangyari, no? So because I don't know, the tribunal or the Supreme Council maybe disallowed that. So we just follow what is the Supreme Council has ruled regarding that matter.
Now, sir, let me share with you a screen, and I wanted to ask you about voting and about the controversy on campaigning, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So this is one of the campaign materials that came out, the KOR and the Mason, and I'm, as you know, you're wearing a Shriner's shirt there, which is part of the Mason. But I guess my point is it was very effective because of all the of this 9 names that they uh, put in their list. Only 2 didn't make it, and in fact, as you know, Sir Calderon, who is not a Mason, made it. Sir Dean Suba, Sir Mel Garaton, who are not Masons, made it. The only non-Mason and non-supported names that came out is Sir San Juan and Sir Peralta. Now, what do you think is how effective was the ban on campaigning when really it seems like this at least with this recommendation, the block voting that was created here, it's pretty was pretty eventful. It was pretty it really worked for the candidates that was in this list except for 2. So can what's on your mind about that? So really the ban on campaigning really didn't really do its part because of this list that was pretty efficient.
The way I understand the ban for campaigning is for public. We disallowed to campaign on public. For your, maybe you have some idea because you know the masonry, how it works. No, we have a secret groups all over the world who can maybe can say, oh brother, will you please vote this guy, or will you please do this something. So actually there's no such thing as public campaigning. No? We just shared it to our groups among us. So our instruction is just to vote a brother and bring some, if they think is qualified for the Supreme Council. But yeah, you can see not all, not all, because in our group, you still have a free mind to think who are the best candidates would be. So it's not actually black voting, but it's actually most of them, just a majority rule. This is just some of them are just maybe the non-Masons are very happy. They were actually they personally called me to thank that they are being by the Masons, no. So I think there's as far as kasi we reviewed, our lawyers, some of the lawyers, members of our Knights, reviewed the memorandum or the circulars issued by the electoral tribunal. So there's no violation on sharing within us or among us. Now, for the sake of maybe I can ask you where to get the copy. So maybe somebody, a Mason or a friend of Mason, share it to you. So that is another thing. That is unintentional. That is unintentional.
So you're saying it's okay if it's within the intended audience.
Yeah, I think it is very
okay
for me, because the way we understand the sharing of the information is allowed in the public. Yeah, this is a public campaigning.
And this was backed by lawyers, you said, who reviewed
some of the lawyers just reviewed the rule. So kasi sa amin naman sa Masons, we just say, oh, please help this during the campaign, pero just please guide the candidate, or please guide our voters. So that's it. There's no actually campaigning of Brad, pakiboto mo si ganito. There's no such thing. We just tell them, oh, please guide your voters regarding these candidates.
Now, sir, with the effectivity of this list, sir, do you think this will either one challenge the other subgroups in the Knights of Rizal, the Eagles, the Triskelion, the Rotary, the Lions, in the next election to make their own, because this was really effective. And another thing is, do you think that this will create an impression that one group is trying to control the Knights of Rizal?
Not actually. That I was saying that we are just, the result is giving us fair. For 8+1 position, the Masons got the 4 positions. So I think this is not a domination. It's just a matter of maybe placing the right person on the right time. No? So maybe this is the perfect time that, Sir Danny Peralta, the first timer, he got it. Si Dinsuba, although medyo nagka-conflict sa kanyang area, di ba? Alam mo naman yan. So nakita kasi ng voters natin, oh, he is qualified, no? So kasi the way we look at it now, our voters now are more because of the social media, they are not aware who are the qualified. They are more aware now that they can see, or maybe they can review because of the website that created by the headquarters of Knights of Rizal. Many of the voters are being aware who are kasi meron doon kan, di ba? Just click the candidates, you'll know who are they. No, except for our former justice, sino ba itong isa nating justice na hindi nanalo? So except for him kasi si Sir Barsa. Oh, kasi ako personally, although he is a Mason, the first time ko I never met him kasi hindi ko pa siya nakasama sa Knights of Rizal. So for us as a member of Masonry, it's not really kumbaga, siyempre dapat alamin mo rin. Free minds, no? So I have to choose who is the most qualified for the position. So there's no such thing as, domination, or we just also, among us, we just selected who are the qualified, kung sino po pwede nating itulungan. So doon tayo.
Now, how about, sir, the thought that the other subgroups in the organization will be challenged in mirroring what the Mason has done? Like in the next election, they will also come out with Eagles who are or Triskelion or Lions how do you feel about that? That it suddenly becomes a turf war of sub-organizations in the Knights of Rizal.
I think
That could happen or that could not happen.
yeah. I think it is good because people are being aware that there is a Knights of Rizal. When I joined Knights of Rizal in 2015, only few, only few know that there's a Knights of Rizal. That Knights of Rizal is created by law, other than any fraternities in the Philippines. No, they are the only authorized institution of fraternity or brotherhood in the Philippines who can wear T-shirts, yeah, decals, or put something like in your background na they are only allowed by law. No one pwede mong idemanda yung hindi ka member ng Knights of Rizal and then you will wearing shirts or putting decals in your card, you will be subject for pwede kang kasuhan. Pero yung other fraternity, wala yan. So, what I'm trying to drive here is there will be, I think, there's no problem or any groups, the Lion, Rotary, o kung sino man po mga fraternity, Eagles. There's a process, no? It's a process of dapat syempre magna-knighthood ka muna, mag-aaral ka muna, then you will become a commander, and then you will become bago ka maging candidate for such position. Hindi naman kasi yan parang congressman ka, tumakbo ka na lang, and then pagdami ng members, may elect ka na. So there's a qualifications eh. So meron tayo doon meron tayo ron na pinagbabasihan. So
Yes, sir.
these guys, itong mga na-elect na to, matsatsaga talaga sila. Di ba?
Now, sir, with the success of the candidates that you backed, what is your personal how do you personally see your participation in this Supreme Council?
No, none.
You will be a supporter.
Yeah, supporter lang, just a follower, no? Yeah, because every candidate has their own idea, no? And just keep the continue, no? The continue. Kasi the past Supreme Commanders have done before, so dapat tuloy-tuloy lang nila. Wala naman tayong kanya, we are not after ko kasi we're also busy in some other things. Hindi lang tayo nakaayaw at the time of Justice Puno to be invited there in the office of the Knights of Rizal. So ngayon, pero okay na. Medyo wala tayong kanya.
Now, sir, my last question is because of this election success, over 80%, close to 80% participated worldwide from the available list of registered voters, meaning those who were able to pay the fee. Do you see virtual election as going to be a part of the elections from here on? And
yeah, for me it's better, because a lot of scientists projected this pandemic will last up to 3 to 5 years. So and then for the members of Knights of Rizal, so maybe they can continue or upgrade whatever IT infrastructure needed, so that also the database of our members, so they can have upgrade na siguro at this time, no? Because of this.
When you say upgrade, sir, you mean computerized?
Yes, upgrade tayo. Kasi nakita mo naman sa headquarters natin, pag nagbabayad ka, manual pa rin. So dapat i-incorporate na natin yun so that we can have a very reliable data and information.
Well, I know your background is CPA, accounting, so and having experience with the daily operations of the IHQ, you are in the position to know these things with regards to keeping records and having efficient and computerized recording system. So, sir, again, I'd like to thank you for giving this opportunity to our program, and we hope for the best for you, and stay safe there in Manila. And congratulations to all the candidates, especially to the candidates that you supported in the name of Sir Garaton and Sir Cachola. So in that regard, sir, nanom nis Moriar.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for this opportunity, no? And then hope to see you soon, sir.
Okay.
Regards to the family and to the Knights of in your area.